Welcome to VAR India News Hour. The future of payment is going to be open banking and open finance. The push from open banking towards more encompassing approach of open finance is being driven by several elements, from consumer pressure to regulatory obligations to greater awareness around privacy concerns. However, there is by no means a unanimous approach to open banking, and certain players believe that we are at different stages of completion on the open banking roadmap. Over the last decade, we have seen that regulatory requirements are increasing, especially in the areas of privacy, payment services, and financial reporting. A more agile, nimble, proactive approach by regulators has been seen against this backdrop. Does this equate to innovative supervision or simply more regulations? However, the COVID-19 pandemic has increased the perceived importance of having 24/7 online access, frictionless mobile payments, and ensuring fully remote access to banking services. It is clear that policymakers and regulators are well aware of the negative effects of having too much red tape, country-specific interpretations of regulation, and different regulatory treatment of seemingly identical financial services. We have also witnessed recent efforts aimed at solving this issue, which build greater clarity across complex financial regulatory frameworks and address new digital specific issues as they emerge. The Digital Markets Act is a good example of this. There are corporates who are looking for technology, especially open banking and APIs, to assist with their digital transformation. They are also seeking banking partners that are focused on innovation and can assist with the transformation journey. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. Prime Minister to interact with beneficiaries of various schemes of Digital India. The Digital India initiative was launched with a vision to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with beneficiaries of the Digital India program as the flagship initiative of the government completes 6 years, according to an official statement. The Digital India initiative was launched with a vision to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. The program will start with the opening remarks of Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. Malicious use of Cobalt Strike by threat actor campaigns is increasing. Cyber criminals are able to grab Cobalt Strike through different resources. They can buy it directly from the vendor, though that requires verification. They can snag a version on the dark web through different hacker forums. They can even find illegitimate versions of the program. In March 2020, a cracked version of Cobalt Strike 4.0 became available to attackers, according to Proofpoint. Cobalt Strike is currently used by more cybercrime and general commodity malware operators than APT and espionage threat actors. PayPal uses story-based analytics to process 33 million transactions per day. PayPal speaks on how the company is using a story-based analytics approach to fight frauds and risk in its payment business. V. Chandramouli Saran, Senior Director, Global Financial Crimes and Customer Protection and Chennai Center Head, speaks on how they process approximately 33 million plus transactions per day, a bit more than $22,000 of payments per second, and serve over 390 million active customers. It has more than 500 petabytes of data in the systems, out of which Risk alone uses close to 2 petabytes of data to make decisions in milliseconds. All of us are used to instantaneous approvals, and so Risk leverages a significant amount of data to make these decisions. Daily Hunt's losses jumped to Rs 400 crore mark. The ban on TikTok and other China-linked apps have offered new business propositions for news aggregator Daily Hunt. Soon after the ban, the company had launched its own short video apps Josh and used them as anchors to mop up large funding rounds. Daily Hunt and the group derives its revenue primarily from online advertisement and subscription services through its mobile and web apps. The Bengaluru-based unicorn saw its total collections surge 95% from Rs 159.1 crores in FY19 to around Rs 310 crores in FY20. However, the company has also improved its financial performance in FY20. Short video apps amass over 600 million installs and close to $1 billion in funding since TikTok ban. TikTok ban in India has opened a big opportunity to homegrown players to claim the vacated space. While there are more than half a dozen of apps operating since, MX, Takatak, Moj and Josh have emerged as the bellwethers. Close to 650 million downloads recorded by the Desi short video apps in the past 12 months point to the fact that there is immense potential in this space. However, TikTok's void has also given a new lifeline to companies like ShareChat and MX Takatak, which have been struggling to monetize their core offerings, social media and video streaming. That's it for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VAR India News Magazine. Stay tuned. Thank you.